Today we're making new friends. We're building a community. And we're still doing all the things we love. We're getting the most out of every day. One day we'll rest, but not today.
Right, thanks for tuning in, and at the moment we're going to be watching a last 16 matchup of the 71st Summerset National Indoor Bowling Championships triples, open triples. Oh, that was a mouthful. I'm Alex Reid, and I'm joined again in the commentary box by Simon Poppleton. How are you feeling, Simon?
Pretty good, Alex. This should be a really good game. A lot of quality players on this mat. We have the team from Thames Valley of Kevin Boothby, Tim Jones and Pete Jones, and they were playing a very strong Waikato team of Dave Archer, Joy Archer and Candace Andrew, who is their daughter.
Yes, it should be a good one. The Archers have tasted success at national level before. They're 3 of the 4 that won the National Fours in 2012 in Invercargill, and they've also gone down to the semi-finals of the triples on 2 or 3 occasions. And we see Kevin Boothby, of course, almost needs no introduction. He's sitting on 4 New Zealand Open titles. Won the pairs twice with Graham Pedersen, a single somewhere along the lines, and his 4th one, I don't recall which one that was. You can fill us in on that, Simon.
I'll fill you in that, Alex. So, unbelievably, and this you'll be pretty stunned by the time frame from when Kevin Boothby won his first national title. It was 1972 in Invercargill. He won the national singles down there, a field of 1,270 players, but no legend of the game, and one of the game's good guys as well.
Yeah, just a nice guy as Kevin, and still a very, very good bowler. As we see, Orange sitting pretty good, and Tim Jones here trying to get close on the uphill, just falling a bit shy.
First bowl, so as we've seen before, it's just a bit of a testing out period where they see where the weight is on the mat.
And potentially a good start here for the Orange team of Dave Archer, Joy Archer and Candace Andrew. Looking pretty good. And that's a great shot there from Joy.
Right on top.
Current Matt Black, current New Zealand representative.
So the other title for Kevin Boothby was in 1995 when they won the fours with the late Graham Pedersen, Kelvin Trask and Cheryl Olsen.
Ah, that makes sense. That'd be his most recent one, Simon.
Yes, he's had a run-up in the, I believe, run-up in the singles
yeah, he had a runner-up in the singles in 2012.
Joseph
Zeno. He had a runner-up in the triples in 1990, whenever the Rotorua Nationals was. 1999 to Grant Lamy, Mike Phipps and Mike Dempsey.
Yes. So very good stuff for the Archers here. So Dave, he can put the nail in the coffin, land one right on top.
Yep, on his backhand, it's uphill way, nice big swing. How's the weight here from Dave Archer? Pretty good first bowl, sitting there with 3.5. This is the sort of pressure you want to put the team on first end.
And probably he's ended up in a little bit of a niggly spot for Kevin, so you can't be charging through there because you get nothing, so he's got to pretty much try and just draw around with his first one. Give himself a bit of a chance.
Yeah, on his forehand. How's his weight? Here's the upper way. He's either fall short.
And he's fallen the same trap that Tim did.
So unfortunately what's happened here.
Again, that's as we've mentioned before, Alex, with triples, you've got to be on that jack all the time, chasing the shot.
It's a game that's super easy to drop numbers, and it's you never ever have a comfortable lead in a game of triples because you blink and suddenly you're 4 down.
Correct. So Dave's again in the area.
Great bowl there from Dave Archer. Beautiful shot. If I was to try and find a negative, it's that he's now touching the jack. So if Kevin can find a way through that head, the jack may now squeeze out to our right to where those 2 blues are, yes. Whereas previously it was just going straight back. But for Kevin to get there, it's going to be a bit of an ask. I think he's going to have to play a really good bowl. Tim just pointing that out.
Gesturing that that's where you, Kevin, this is where you should be coming down through there. Obviously the front Orange wouldn't be that ideal. You really need to get round to the furthest bowl.
Yes.
Away from the kitty on the left hand. Well, sorry, the closest one on the left hand side. So yeah, this could be a nearly playing with
weight here.
Wide.
Fair effort though from Kev. That's the weight he needed to play.
Looks like a 4. Looks like a boundary first up.
Yeah, a 4 there I think we'll see to the, 4. 4 to the Archer team on the first end of 10. Isn't Candace's hair lovely there, Simon?
Yes.
The mix of...
Very colourful, bit like my hair.
When?
30 years ago, possibly.
And we see the jack thrown. I'm not sure if it was overthrown or not, but it's right on the, I was just about to say the 2 metre mark. It's right on the spot.
Wrong game, maybe. Wrong version of the game, anyway.
And a great start there from Candace Andrew. This is the downhill way we've seen. It's slightly maybe 2 or 3 feet downhill in comparison to the other one. Peg Jones here on her backhand, very good bowler. All 3 of these players, Kevin Boothby, Tim Jones and Peg Jones, have played Patterson Trophy for their district. Patterson Trophy is the top 8 players in your district play off against other districts until you get to a national final in an ideal world. So they all know what they're doing. Kevin just stowing something somewhere.
He's got his jacket off, got hot already after dropping the 4. So Peg, again, we've seen the downhill track has caught Peg Jones out. She's unfortunately the first one off, so I'm sure she'll correct that with this one.
Yeah, and that's beautiful leading there from Candace Andrew. All the pressure in the world is now on Peg Jones's shoulders. It's what you want in triples. If your lead can just smother that jack, you just the pressure dominoes, and Peg's up to the task. What a shot there, great bowl.
Great correction for Peg.
Essentially a front toucher now. Yeah, and Dave just asking Joy to stay on the same hand, that backhand way. Nice swing. She's looking to draw to the point of the orange bowl, and if she's slightly tied onto that blue that sits at 12 o'clock, the jack will move back a few inches, and it's still happy days there. How's the green?
Pretty good weight too for the shot, just not going to quite get there.
Oh, great try.
Fair effort. So Tim be down on his forehand, just trying to circumnavigate the front orange and get around to the back orange, even further back really, but back orange is the ideal.
Very colourful tracksuit pant Tim has on his left knee, Simon. You said I was observant before.
Yes.
And a good shot there. Great bowl there from Tim. This head's starting off really nice and tight from the teams. It'll just be interesting. I know it's very early in the game that Archer and co have got that 4, but it almost means that Kevin needs to string 2 ends of scoring together to catch up. And then they can be nice and even through the rest. Otherwise, in triples, you can sort of, when you're skipping, if you're a Dave, he's probably thinking, well, we're 4 up after 1. We just need to hold that buffer. You can afford to lose this end, but then you've got last bowl on the next end. So as long as you score on your last bowl, they should stick with that 4 buffer right to the end. So we'll need to see Boothby's team looking to score 2 ends in a row, and then it could be anyone's game from that point.
Yes, if you get, it's 4-0's not so good. If you get to 5 or 6-0, that's does definitely make your predicament a bit harder to come back from.
Yeah. And Tim switching to his backhand here. Tim and Peg also saw success as a peers team, Simon, in the Tauranga Nationals in 2016. They lost the semi-final to Grant Lamy and Mike Phipps, I believe. Yes, no, I've got the right one. Sorry.
So Tim looked to be trying to push the orange through or get on to move just a bit too wide.
Dave, just very, very focused bowler. On his forehand here. Little tap's fine. That's all good.
It's a very tight head.
Keeping that head nice and tight and nice and narrow as well. So if you're orange, you're thinking there's not much my opposition can actually hit here, which is ideal. So Kevin's opting to play his backhand, possibly just on the draw. Always had that delivery. Pretty good as Kevin. This is half a chance if he gets that bowl square. Oh, I'd be disappointed with that.
Not quite have the weight either, probably need just another 6 inches of weight just to change things. But it's, as you say, Alex, it's one of those heats where you can't really attack too much. There's nothing much to get your favourite plant going.
Yeah, there's nothing to hit. Although Kevin, I expect to see a couple of plants play this game. Kevin's known for that sort of shot. He's a very clever bowler. You often look in a game of fours at the outside of the head first, and there's often shots on that he plays that are really nice to watch. Dave opting to play his forehand again, just let another one close. So we see this bowl track into the head. Maybe he was opting for the block.
Yes.
We'll call that the block. He's tightened the line right up. And Kevin will just have a look and see if there was something to hit. He's saying, yeah. So he's indicating there that orange bowl and the blue bowl are touching, and that he can play through that. So the jack must be set to either to crunch straight back or to their right as we see it.
You'll have to like a little bit of weight because it seems to be the two oranges directly behind the head, touching. So they'll need to be. You would think they would lock, but we'll see. Whatever. He's not playing with huge weight. And he's
playing with huge weight, looking for a crunch.
They don't bend with that weight, as we discovered.
Yes, it's been one of the features of this floor is that bowls tend to hold with a little bit of weight. You just give a bit of carry to them, and they just hold their line. So another score there to the Archer team.
One to the Archers, but looks
1 point. So it's a 5-0 lead that they have after 2 ends of the 10 that they will be playing in this game, unless the time limit catches them out. We saw that in the last televised game. Candace on her forehand on the uphill, so that jack's just been thrown a bit short. We've seen that so much in the last couple of days of streaming on the uphill way. The jack just not quite making it all the way up the mat.
generally most skips would like a 3/4 to long end, but you get what you get when you're playing an uphill.
Great shot there from Peg Jones, and it's been a good battle between the leads so far as we enter the third end of the game. Candace on her forehand here. I'm a fan of that hair dye. I think it's pretty neat. And what a correction. Great shot. She's on fire. North Island player is Candace. She led the women's fours in the test match last year, held in Canterbury and Christchurch. Peg on her forehand as well. Giving that one a little bit of a flick out of her hand. Doesn't like it quite so much. Be disappointed with that.
Yes. So you can just consolidate, either nudge the orange up or just round it.
Yeah, so it's been a great start. We've seen the Archer team get every end so far. Candace setting up 2 lovely bowls, and they've been able to capitalise on that, which is why they're 5-0 up after 2.
Candace is fairly relaxed. She's just giving us a wave.
Good try there from Joy. She's a bowl wider there than she would have wanted to be. I think we'll see Kevin call Tim on his forehand. Yeah, reaching through. And as we were talking about with that jack so short, there's so much space on the mat for it to move. Tim can err heavy rather than short here. Down it goes. He's looking unhappy with that bowl, and I think that's why he would have wanted it to miss in the opposite direction there. He wanted to be 2 or 3 feet past.
So Joy's big opportunity here just to seal it up and make life difficult for the Boothby combination. A little wide, but she's still, there's a beautiful little port there still for Tim to get in there. He can probe through just on the third shot, orange, jack around the corner, sit the blue, sit the orange, you're saying?
He will not be short this time. I was wrong, Simon. Disappointing bowls there from Tim Jones. He'll understand what he's done wrong, and we'll be looking to remedy that as the game goes on. It's probably that upper way that's caught them out. We see there on the crossover there's 4 bowls that are shy of the jack. It makes it quite difficult to recover the head from that situation. Kevin's capable of doing it, but it's going to be a challenge, and it means he has to play his shot absolutely perfect. He'll be praying that this bowl gets bogged. Yeah, he's got half a chance. I think if he can get onto that last bowl that we saw that sits at 10 o'clock in relation to the jack. He could pop the jack
Yes, round
out
the corner.
to our
Out
right.
to blue.
Big bowl here. He's let it go. He's not far away. This is very close here. That's a classy bowl there from
He's
Kevin Boothby.
pretty unlucky that he set his own bowl back.
Oh, incredibly
That's a
unlucky
combination.
result. That's the sort of thing that happens in those heads. You know, he had one shot on. He had to play it perfect. And he played it really well. He's still sitting too light. So it was a good bowl there from Kevin. He couldn't have done much more with that shot, I don't think. And he's going to have to find something else to hit. Maybe that, or maybe that. I wonder if that 3-ball plant there pops the jack out to our right. So we see that last bowl of Dave's that sits at 9 o'clock on the screen. If you play through that, it hits the orange onto the orange. Does the jack shoot out to the right, do you think, Simon?
That's what he's looking at now. And he said they're looking. That's where he's looking to that combination.
This is a classic Kevin Boothby roll. This will be a beautiful shot. This is clever to play. A lot of players would be looking to get their collision bowl in that gap and thinking about where the bowl in their hand. Yes, see, Tim's talking about that, where the bowl in their hand can go. But it's a smarter bowl to play right through that orange and see if he can just pop the jack back. He can play it on the backhand if he feels like as well, Simon, if he wants to take away that kill chance.
I think he's got more chance on the forehand personally. Because if he's narrow on the 12 o'clock blue, that's probably 5th shot in front of the head. He's got a chance of pumping that in onto the second, third shot.
Absolutely. So that's what we will see. This is going to be a smart ball here from Kevin Boothby.
This will be big weight anyway, irrespective.
What he won't be as short on his forehand. Let's let it go. He's close here. Good shot. Good shot there from Kevin Boothby. Gave himself every chance in the world. Played what he was looking for. That was one of the options that was on.
And he got the shot.
And a blue. That's a good bowl. That's a really important bowl in the context of this game. He was 5-0 down on the card, 4 down on the head. You would have been, if he had missed that, he's 9 down after 4. That's almost lights out time, isn't it?
Yes,
so
it is.
a good shot. I would call that a game-saving shot there from Kevin Boothby on the third end of this game as we enter the 4th one. And the score is 5-1 to the Archer combination after 3.
Pig nearly played with the wrong colour there, which is has been done many times before.
And opted to lead off on her forehand here. So about a half green on this hand on the downhill way.
She did this the first time coming this way too. Was fairly way over, but it's okay.
It's fine there.
Be
Balls
there.
past the head, always welcome. Candace on her backhand. She's been nailing this side of the mat. She's let it go, watching it intently as it comes down the mat. That's a good shot there from Candace Andrew. Playing very well.
Peg, this looks to be a little better than the first. Maybe she's just a bit shy though.
Yeah, beautiful track both times, but too much oomph and then not enough. Candace just settles down into her work. She'll be looking to chuck another one as close as she can get it. That's all a triples lead needs to do. You just try and smother the jack. You let your 2 worry about position.
Well out there on the grass.
No, she wasn't narrow. And she's had good weight there, so not the end of the world, sitting with 2 shots. And Tim opting to play his forehand, which is interesting. How's the weight here? It's the downhill way. It should run it out. That's a great shot there from Tim Jones. Good bowl.
His best bowl so far. Be pleased with that.
You'll be feeling like you always try and kick yourself into gear if you're struggling in a game, and sometimes it's shots like that can just get you going. It's just about having that confidence. You want to let go of that bowl, and it needs to feel good out of your hand.
Joy's every opportunity here just to set the jack or the blue, and she's got the jack.
That's a bomb there from Joy Archer. What a shot. A little bit unlucky that the bowl sat down, but still a good bowl, and Kevin indicating to Tim to be positive through that. They're looking to reach right through that orange.
Yep, quite a bit bit of weight
back
here.
in with a
quite
bit of
positive.
off. Oh, he's a bit stiff to get bogged.
Open up for Kevin, though.
Yeah,
So
it's a good shot,
Kevin's got
really.
a clear run, and he's put bowls either side of the head as well. Got a couple of good matchups in other games this round, haven't we, Alex, in the Open Division?
Yes, we do. We've got Ashley Diamond playing Grant Lamy in this last 16 round, which is probably the matchup of the round, I think. Joy Archer here. Oh, great effort. Good shot. Hasn't made it worse.
And you've got the singles winner, Sean Blackburn, is playing the Lowe family. That's another great tussle in the last round.
Yes, it is. It'll be interesting to watch. And if you want to check out all the results, go on to the New Zealand Indoor Bowls Facebook page or newzealandindorbowls.co.nz, nzindorbowls.co.nz, sorry, and check out the spreadsheet that will be available there with the results of every event that's been played on the New Zealand Indoor Bowls calendar. Every national event is on there. Great shot there from Kevin Boothby.
Looks like 2 touches now.
Good positive bowl. Nice positive shot.
Dave can pretty much play the same shot, really, because he can work his bowl through that split.
Yep, for sure. On his forehand. Is that very, very precise.
Unusual grip for the left-hander.
Yeah, very precise starts does Dave have.
It's close.
That's a good shot there. Brilliant bowl from Dave Archer. Will we see Kevin on his forehand now through that blue-orange split on the
Yes,
forehand?
we will.
There's a bowl at 9 o'clock, that orange at 9, and the blue next to it. Give that a bit of a push and see what happens. He's actually okay if he's tight. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. He's just indicating that there. Good smart bowls here from Kevin.
As you can see how quickly that jack's going to go off that blue.
That will be the question. So we see that lovely shot there of the Stadium 2000. The crowd's beginning to build slowly as we head towards the final stages of both of these events. Down it comes, he's given it some curry. That's a good shot there from Kevin Boothby. Classy bowl.
Good bowl from Kevin. Now he's could be a big opportunity though here. Big opportunity.
Yeah, it's one of those times in a game as a skip and you're like, I'm one down on the head, maybe 2. I've got all the position in the world. Just got to be reaching on his forehand. He'll be looking to trail the jack back in his mind's eye to the corner of the square. If he's tied onto the blue, it's still all good. Played it with intent. This is very close here. If it breaks in time, he's very close here. Good shot.
Enough for 1.
Good shot there from Dave Archer. Made it for 1.
Would have thought he might have played a little more positive than that, Alex, just to...
Yeah,
Give
you're
some
probably
more show,
slightly shy on
but
what he was hoping for,
Yep.
but a good ball nonetheless. He's counted, so they
1
go
and
to
end, you win.
yeah, a 6-1 lead now to the Archer combination after 4 ends of the 10 that they'll be playing, and we see that slightly shorter jack again on the upper weight.
Yeah, and we finally got the music kicked in the
Yes,
stadium.
I think so. I must have forgotten to press the play button. It's been one of the wonderful innovations at this year's Summerset Indoor Bowls National Championships is that the music has been playing not only in between play but during play. And it's been a good time. I've enjoyed it.
As long as we don't have Johnny Cash's hurting on again.
We did have Hurt, which I think was a... I've heard better songs to play bowls too.
Well, it's his own obituary song, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was probably the saddest song that exists, I think. That's okay. There's something to talk about. We had Bridge Over Troubled Water during the singles final as well, which I thought was very funny.
Excellent. So good bowl, good start from Peg here on the fifth end.
Yeah, Candace Andrew still tracking 2 bowls. Pretty good bowls there. To be used, the jack needs to be moved first, but they're handy. They're in the area that you want them to be. And Peg here on the uphill. I think she's going to find this is better than she thought.
Yes, she
2
could.
good
So
bowls
she's going to
there.
go, but it's pretty good.
So we see Peg hold 2 on this end. Joy.
So Joy Archer on your forehand.
Yep, down to her weight now.
Looks pretty good, does it?
That's a great shot there from Joy Archer. Just
Maybe a couple inches shy.
roll short.
So Tim be on his back end, trying to, well, you would think be on his back end. Yes.
Yeah.
Get to the blue or the orange, says Kevin, please, Tim.
Well called there from Kevin Boothby, and Tim setting up on his back end. giving this a look. It's uphill, Tim. You need to
Is he
reach.
there? He's not there again.
It's so easy to do on this mat. It's that uphill way. The problem the players will have is that will have felt good out of his hand. He will let it go and thought, yeah, I've hit the line and it felt nice out of my hand. You have to sometimes trick yourself and aim well past. Just trick yourself, back yourself to fall short, so to say, because if it's feeling good and you're missing, you've got to change something up.
Great shot from Joy Archer.
Bomb there from Joy Archer. Great bowl. That's why she's a current New Zealand representative, a current Matt Black. And Kevin Boothby calling Tim just to make a correction on his last bowl. Just needs to add a couple of feet. His line was good, so he's just going to give it that bit more push.
He's still got an opportunity here, obviously, Tim. If he can just sneak around his own front bowl, he's just...
He's given it more push, and that's better than not. Good shot there from Tim Jones. It's a good bowl. He would love that to be his first one.
So the crossover shot to the Archer combination.
Yeah, that's such a lovely camera angle there where you can see our sponsors and our New Zealand Indoor Bowls logo and website address, as well as the Masters and Open events playing off in this last 16 round.
It's very good that Summerset are paying your wages, Alex.
Are they? It is great to have their support for the sport.
Fantastic, fantastic. For both codes, actually, Alex, isn't it?
Yes, they've been a great supporter of Bowls New Zealand as well.
Fantastic,
We're lucky to have them on board, and long may that continue.
Absolutely.
And properly lovely facilities as well at the Summerset
They are, yes.
retirement villages. They have indoor bowls and outdoor bowls at most of them as well, which you can play and enjoy. Kevin was just looking, he wanted to be square onto that, but his collision bowls finished in a really good place. It's still a catcher, and that's right where Dave needs to be, or he's going to drop a 4.
Pocket of those, the little pocket of blues there, he just needs to be in amongst there somewhere.
Yeah, ideally you're matching that far right blue that we saw on camera. Dave on his forehand, just finding his line, taking his time. Very precise delivery. We got one national title to his name, as we mentioned before. He's playing through the blues. It's good enough.
Yep.
Good call.
Good shot.
Good call. In a split, you see we've got the orange before the blue on the far right. There's now another orange before that, so it means the circle on which Kevin can score a point with his blues is smaller than what it was. That was a clever bowl there by Dave. Good shot.
So Kevin's on the forehand. We're looking at the forehand, trying to pinch the jack off here, maybe.
Going to go for a good scoop, eh? He needs to get just, if he clears that front blue, that's all he'll be looking at. Clear the front blue, have good weight out of your hand, and magic could happen here. We could see a 2 to blue.
His bowl's locked in.
Just let it go. This is very close here from Kevin Boothby. This is very close to the jack. He's got it.
Oh,
that was desperately unlucky.
Dead stiff there. Another day that it'd be 2 or 3 round the corner for blue.
Beautiful effort there from Kevin Boothby.
1 to the Archer combination, which makes it 7-1 after 5 of the 10 ends.
Yep,
in
that's
this last
correct.
16 game in the Summerset National Indoor Bowls triples.
So again, it's not panic stations yet for the Boothby and Jones's combination, but it is. They'll be looking to score, and they probably want to be scoring more than one at this stage.
This end would, I think this is a pivotal end, Alex. I think the Archers score here. I think it's pretty much hard road back for the Boothby combination. But if the Boothby combination can score here, maybe a 2, puts the game not going to bounce so much, but definitely back.
I agree. What a good shot there from Peg Jones. It's been a good contest, really. The difference has been that 4 on the first end.
Yes.
We saw the Arch combination they just picked it up straight away. Got that 4.
Yes, the uphill tripped the Boothby combination first up, didn't it, Alex?
Yes, they did. And Peg and Candace have been having a really good battle up front, both playing essentially 2 effective bowls each. Like that's as far away as Candace has gotten this entire game, about a foot. And Peg maybe very slightly looser, but really good battle up in the leads 2 position. I think Joy's played some bombs this game. That probably has made a difference.
Yes.
She's played some good shots, but Kevin and Dave again are trading blows, so it wouldn't surprise me if we saw the Boothby combination tighten the scoreline up. Kevin's been within half a bowl 2 or 3 times now of getting a really good result, and he'll feel that he's due a good result, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if he played a shot for 2 or 3 and we saw them come back into this game.
So Joy on the forehand, just looking to be over the head, probably corner the square. would be a good shot.
How's the weight? Good shot there for Joy Archer. Well played. So Blues holding one for the moment.
So Kevin's asking Tim on the forehand.
On the forehand he is. How's the weight? That's the question.
Pretty good, is it? Coming around.
Willing it to run. Great try.
Does leave Joy a rest, so she can probably afford to be a bit more positive on the third shot orange.
Yeah, what it means is we can see Joy playing with more confidence now, because if she misses wide instead of fresh air, she now has a blue ball to rest on.
Bit of Queen playing in the background.
Yeah, it's a bit better than hurt. And Joy on her forehand as we called. And this is very close here. Has her weight? It's just down to her weight. Oh, dead stiff, but good shot. Great bowl there from Joy. And she's actually loosened the jack from the blue bowl. So again, as it sits, if Kevin's team isn't able to change something, we'll see Dave be allowed to play a nice aggressive bowl through that.
So Kevin's asking Tim just to draw to the outside blue, just to sit it around the corner.
Tim on the forehand, let it go okay. So he's just watching this one to see how it's going to go. I think he's going to run out of oomph. It's interesting this head, isn't it? Because that orange, it looks inviting, but is there a chance it could actually not do anything,
Well,
Simon?
there's a chance it could come off the first orange and go straight through the gap clean.
Yes, that would be my concern. We'll see what happens.
But the bowl in Dave's hand should be following through anyway, so
he's let it go with a bit of pace. This is very close here. Great shot there from Dave Archer. Beautiful bowl.
Didn't miss, but the bowl coming through was the shot bowl.
Beautiful bowl. Lovely weighted shot there as we saw his collision bowl come through into the head, and he's turned that head around on a dime. And Kevin's going to have to play a practice bowl. The thing with Kevin's team now is they're 7-1 down. Every end is a chance for them to have lost the game, psychologically, you know. Every end, if you drop a 2 or a 3, you just start to get just that a little bit out of reach. So every bowl that Kevin plays is under that level of pressure.
So here he's trying to push through that front orange, and it's on the way.
Giving it a chance here.
Intently.
Good shot there from Kevin Boothby. He would have killed for that if that orange bowl that sits by the jack had just rolled a quarter of a bowl further. He would have set himself up lovely for his next shot, but still a good bowl. Change the head around a little bit. And if Dave and Joy just talking about getting another bowl on the head.
He's trying to roll the third shot orange up.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's going on the other way.
On the back end.
On the back end, probably down to the flat blue side. Wouldn't want to be skinny here, would you?
That would be not ideal.
He is skinny, but he's short as well.
Short as well. That's fine. I think I don't know what Kevin's going to do. Is there a chance on that orange, or is it just not working, Simon?
It's probably.
It looks too spaced out, eh?
So the distances between them are probably. But at this stage, when you are 7-1 down,
Kevin, he needs to.
Might be an option. Yeah, you might have to be at the, and he's looking at it.
Yeah, you've got to play perfect bowls in this situation. So, yeah, you're in that space where
the forehand shot is a more precise bowl, whereas the backhand on that through that orange or the blue combination.
Good call.
You could get a decent sort of result.
And he'll know that it could go horribly, but he'll also know that it could go really well. And they're at that point in the game where it needs to be played. It's one of those shots you just go, oh,
yeah.
And for a penny, and for a pound, I'll give it a stab.
Here we go on the weight. He's playing a decent weight. But
half a chance here from Kevin Boothby. That's a good shot there from Kevin Boothby. That's classy. That is how he has won 4 national titles. Great bowl. Took his chance.
3 from here.
Nailed it. Brilliant.
3 shots. 3 shots to Kevin Boothby. So after 6 ends, it is now 4-7.
What a brilliant bowl that was.
Let's turn the game around as we see that.
Yeah,
we've about scoring the points.
We've had those. Kevin's played some huge bowls. That could easily be, the score could easily be 12-13. on the Archer side, but Kevin's played some huge bowls to keep his team in this game, and we see the score is now 4-7 after 6 ends of the scheduled 10, unless the time catches up on us. How's our time looking, Simon?
Our time is 34. We've got about 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes to go, so we'll see 2 more ends. We'll see 8 and 9. We will not see a 10th end unless there's a kill early on.
No, I'd very much so.
Candace Andrew on her backhand. And this is half a chance. Good shot. We've had a really good battle between these two leads. It's a bit chilly in this hall this morning, Simon.
Peg Jones with the headscarf on, so she's obviously feeling a little bit of the chill.
I wouldn't mind a headscarf.
Well, at least you've got here.
That's true. I have. I've got a couple of jackets on. I had a cup of coffee this morning, but it went cold on me.
So Candace again, she's played a really good first bowl. So the second bowl, again, just looking to double up on that orange. Get another bowl close.
Just taking her time. Very good bowler is Candace Andrew. Another one of the sort of the rising talents in the sport. She won national fours in 2012, which is a few years ago now, but she's sort of just worked on improving her game. She's a steady bowler in the Waikato rep team and made the North Island team last year.
Of course, part of the all-conquering Waikato Ladies 8.
Yes, I think, well, not even arguably, they are the strongest Ladies 8 in the country at this time. Number of North Island and New Zealand players counted amongst them.
Tim's
He was on the rake there.
Yep. If the bowl stays on, it's not the worst.
If you look where his bowl finished, if he had been half bowl wider, the jack would have been pretty near that bowl. He might not have killed it. That would have been a very difficult shot to beat.
The for the district challenge tonight, I believe, which is being held at Club Marlborough, the Waikato team will be all ladies. There should be 4 very decent ladies who will be playing in that. Yes,
it will be. It'll be a fantastic event. I'm looking forward to it. There will be coverage on the New Zealand Bowls Facebook page, thanks to Outside Productions, who are actually seeing play in front of us here.
Yes.
Dave, Joy and Candace have got a streaming ability. They call themselves Matside. They did a wonderful little pre-show of the Nationals before this and covered our national singles for us, and also do a lot of the Waikato centre events, which has been a wonderful innovation in our sport. It's really easy as a centre. Well, it's not easy. It's a good low-cost
Tim's close. Ooh,
place to start with a switcher studio, and then you can sort of build off that. If you just get some passionate people, as the Archers are, they've done a wonderful job in upskilling themselves and developing the content that they produce for indoor bowls, and it's been great to see.
Well, any coverage is good coverage, Alex. It's fantastic, isn't it? So, and that's evolving nicely.
Yeah, it is. They've done a really good job with their setup over the years, improving on it year on year, and we now we're in a space where the Waikato Championships are all live streamed and look pretty good, I think. And if you think about it, all we need is people to be scrolling on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, see indoor bowls, click on it, see what's going on, and they might catch the bug.
Yep. It's a big opportunity here for Kevin. He's just got to play that same sort of weight as
his backhand. This is close here. We're seeing Kevin Boothby really change gears the last 4 or 5 ends.
You see he's shaking his head. He wanted the jack clean there rather than the bowl, because now it's what he's done there is he's put Dave Archer's bowls behind the head, which is so he's got the opportunity to hit the jack to those bowls rather than Kevin with his blue bowls at the back. So Dave's he's got a wee bit of way on as well.
Very close here. This is close from Dave. He popped the jack back. Which we see there where the jack is finished, right by that orange bowl. That's brilliant bowl from Dave Archer. Kevin having a look at the head, seeing if there's a plant set up. That orange blue might go off the blue and then the orange. I've said lots of orange and blues there.
You have.
What I'm saying is there might be a plant on that he could hit and get the shot from. And if it's on, Kevin will play it. There we are, we can see it better there. The orange sitting at 10 o'clock onto that blue. It'll get a feather off the other one on the corner of the square, onto the other orange, Simon, and then through into that split.
We'll see how our theory works out here.
I'm pretty confident. He's let it go, that's a start. So we see he's close, 1, 2, 3. Great shot there from Kevin Boothby. Unlucky for the bowl to go off the mat, but he played it really well. He made sure he got connection. That's a good shot. Well played for, and that's why plants are a good thing, Simon.
Exactly, Alex. They're good for your environment. So he's a bit of a quandary here for Dave, of course, because he's got a chance to sit that ball through clean. To get himself 2, possibly 3, which would, again, in the context of the game, would be big.
Yeah.
Obviously, the danger of that is if he doesn't get it right and he comes off and feathers onto the jack. So, which will be obviously for those the uninitiated, if the jack goes off the mat at this stage, it will be 3 points to the Boothby team. So. Yeah, it's just a bit of one of those ones where you've got to make up your mind as to what you're going to do.
Yeah, before you get down to play this bowl.
Lots of players will be playing the bowl through. I think Dave will be playing just a draw.
Yeah.
It's more of a style than what he plays beautifully. Here he goes.
Just let it go on the forehand. A bit stiff
off.
There. He took a lovely track.
Right.
You see 1 point to blue. Kevin Boothby has dragged his team to a 2-point deficit now, 5-7 on the 8th end.
And we have about just under 4 minutes to go, so possibly could be the last end.
Could be an 8-end game, Simon. That would be interesting. It'll be intriguing if we remember this when we get near the end of it. One of the rules in indoor bowls is that anyone can throw the jack up as long as the bowls are behind the square and out of the square. So they could be literally on the floor, as long as they're not past that front line or in the square. Any member of either team can chuck the jack up and the end is started. The jack is then thrown back and redelivered by the correct person. And the function of that rule is that if your time is running really tight, if they've got 10 seconds to go at the conclusion of this end, all that needs to happen is the bowls need to be off the mat and anyone can chuck the jack up to get the end started in time. I've seen lots of acrobatics done in the sport with people trying to get the jack up. So we just keep an eye out for that. It'll be interesting to see if we get some quick movement near the end.
So Candace has played another lovely bowl there. First one, Pigs, again, 2 good bowls behind the head. Bowls to work with. So that's for Candace. Candace will be looking to draw to the spot. Get a bowl in between the jack and the blues.
On her backhand here.
Coming home nicely.
Yeah, great shot there from Candace Andrew. Playing well.
So Tim just needs to change something here for the Boothby combination. Just trying to set a bowl onto the orange, or if he can, grab the jack.
Taking his time. It has been a very deliberate game that we've watched from all 6 players, really. Simon?
Yes, yes. Tim looks a little bit shy of green.
Oh, just beautiful weight, but just tight.
I think this has been the probably difference in the game, that Kevin's had to create a lot of shots, whereas Dave's, for the majority, has had the better position.
Yes, he has. I think the Archers have had the better position in this game all the way through, really. But Kevin, I love it. Peg Jones is dancing. It's fantastic.
We've got the YMCA belting out at the moment.
I wonder if she's going to pull out some of the moves.
As you do dance.
We've got Kevin Boothby has played some really good bowls to keep his team in this contest and shown how he won his 4 national titles and why he is still one of the more respected bowlers, one of the most respected bowlers, still playing the game. 1 minute left.
1.5 minutes left of this will be the last end.
I saw Kevin check his watch earlier, so he'll know that they need to get it to on this end to force an extra one.
So he's still got opportunities here, and you can say he can snaffle that jack around the corner.
Oh, yeah, big bowl here from Tim. This is close from Tim Jones. He needs the jack. Oh, great effort.
But again, still opportunities there.
Finished okay. The Archers hidden, not horrible, but not as nice as they would like. And
I think there's an opportunity on Joy's forehand to sit the bowl onto the jack and move the jack back to the 2 inches.
Some lovely sportsmanship there as well from Dave and Kevin. Before Dave called Joy up, he just spoke to Kevin and said, look, we think the time's out. Is it okay if I call Joy up? And Kevin gave permission. Didn't need to do that.
No.
But great sportsmanship there from Dave and Kev. And now all the teams are on the same in the same boat on the same wavelength. They know this is the last end. And I really like to see that in a game.
Absolutely. There's a lot of gentlemen playing our sport. Alex is great. And what's the word for gentle ladies? I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, maybe you've said it there.
Then the whistle's just gone.
And some noise from the gallery as the games around us conclude. In post-section play, you need to find a winner. So if it's all square after the completion of the regulation number of ends, there is another one played, and there's nothing more exciting than playing a national championship extra end, and the hall tends to sort of, you get the players gathering around you. It's a bit more stressy in section play, I find, when you've got 400 or 500 people in the hall. If you are one of the unlucky people to be going last on an extra end, you can have literally just a circle of people watching you play, and that is a stressy time.
Really nerve-wracking for the uninitiated.
Yeah, it is. It is. They've had their chat, so I think Joy's going to play on her forehand here, looking to reach the blue, and if she's tight, she's got enough weight that if she's onto that orange bowl, the jack's going straight back to those two oranges, and your head is just a bit safer there than where it is at the moment.
All roads leading to the right direction for the archer combination at the moment on this end, I think, if this bowl goes well.
Absolutely.
And forehand looks to have decent weight too. For the shot.
Beautiful weight. Great try there from Joy Archer. Half a bowl wide. And we see, yeah, the orange team holding one on this crossover. They've got last bowl, and blue needs to score 2 here to force an extra end, or 3 to win. Stressy times. Remember to hang around as well if you're watching or listening this. You could be listening to it, I suppose. After this game, we're going to go to a Masters triples quarterfinal, and then we will play an Open triple semi-final, and then the Masters final, and then the Open final. We're keen to get people watching this content and enjoying the indoor bowls this afternoon. Still today, enjoying the indoor bowls today. So feel free to share the YouTube link with your friends and family on your own profile or any groups or pages that you may be a part of. We want people to be watching this. If you can't watch it live, or your friends can't watch it live, it's available later on as well.
So just while we've been chatting, Kevin is looking at whether the front bowl that the archers play was going to be bouncing off the back orange over to the blue bunch.
Oh, what a shot that would be to watch.
He is, that's what he's looking at. He was very intent.
I love the way he sees the game, Simon, Kevin, all about the angles. Very, very clever bowler, and he's giving it a go. He's on his forehand with weight. He's close here. What a shot. Good bowl there.
Shot. Definitely better. One down, but he's definitely got a big opportunity with the last one.
Great shot. He's so.
If Dave Archer doesn't change this scenario, there's a big opportunity here for 2 or 3 for Kevin Boothby.
It's how I like to see the game played, Simon. It's clever. You're using your angles. You're using everything that's on. That's brilliant. Brilliant shot, and a good bowl there from Kevin Boothby. Similar, it reminds me of the Simon Thomas style of play. They're always looking to make numbers and looking at how they can use their collision bowl and the angles available to them to get the best result. And he's done extremely well to get his team
Dave
within Kui here.
To see what he does here. I mean, I think initially when they came up, he was looking at playing on his forehand to try and work his way underneath narrow on the blue to set the orange.
It'll be interesting. Fair enough. You sort of want to. They need another ball on the head here, don't they? They had 2 light or 2 up on the card.
So for me, I mean, we can't
sharing a joke. I like that. I want to know what Joyce said. Something funny, I'm sure.
Yeah. What are we having for lunch? No.
What are we having for lunch, Simon?
Well, I believe Subway. The lovely Subway is out just outside there. So looking at the head here now. So on Dave's forehand,
which is to our right, as we see it.
So if he comes underneath the first orange,
yes,
and sits on the jack, or sits the blue, he may be able to just negate the Boothby opportunity to push to him play the other hand to squeeze it inside out to squeeze the.
So that's what they'll be thinking, isn't it? Like Kevin's obvious shot is on Kevin's backhand, which is again to our right, onto their jack, or using that orange bowl that sits at 3 o'clock just to pop it back, crunch it back, any way towards the blue bowls that are sitting there for the 3. So how do you do it? You can change the shot. You can play a bowl on your backhand, try and sit close, or you could play on the other way, I suppose, going through the corner of the square to our left. You see that orange bowl there. If he was to play through that gap to match that back blue, it'll be hard for Kevin to get a 3, perhaps. That looks to be what they're talking about on Dave's backhand there. If he was tight through the other blue, the blue that sits at 11 o'clock on the screen, he might get a good result. It'll be interesting to see how proactive he is. At the end of the day, Dave does have last bowl as well.
Yeah.
Dave opting to play his forehand here. Just falling a bit shy, but that's fine. That's fine. He's tightened the line right up now, and it's do or die for Kevin Boothby. His team trails by 2. He needs a 2 or a 3. He's not even going to come and look at this head. He's going to come and look at this head. So I didn't think he needed to, Simon.
Just a result we have just filtering in for the very good game in that round was Grant Lamy playing Asher Diamond. I believe that Grant Lamy has won that match.
It's Grant Lamy's triples team marches through to the quarter-final. Will be close to the favourites. They've won this title, I think, 2 or 3 times already. And Kevin opting, yeah, that's his shot. He just needs to be on the backhand. He'll need to pick what is important here is what weight he decides to play this with.
Yes.
Because he either wants to trap the jack near those near those blues right by the jack, or he wants to get the jack back to the 2 there. I think we'll see him heavier rather than light, because if he's wide onto that orange, he can still remove both, and he might sit with 2 and make Dave play his last bowl. It's been a masterclass here from Kevin Boothby, how to keep your triples team in a match. Brilliant bowls, clever bowls, and we'll see him on his backhand now. Do or die, this is it. As the crowd gathers. He's let it go. He's watching it. It's close. He's close. Good shot there from Kevin Boothby.
Good shots to Kevin Boothby.
Clever bowl there, and he's made a 2 out of it. He was unlucky not to make a 3, to be fair. He got a big chunk off that first orange. He was looking to be slightly tighter, but a good shot. And he's played some absolute bombs this game to keep their team right in with a chance. And as it sits, we're going to an extra end.
Well, Dave Archer's just got to be to the orange, up and over, or if he's underneath, he gets to the blue, I think.
Yeah.
There's a bit of match still, and I think when he...
It's brilliant. Brilliant. Kevin Boothby has just been an absolute masterclass. So we'll see Dave and Joy. They're just having a chat now about what their next option is. They're 2 down, so as it sits, it's going to an extra end. They'd still have last bowl. Maybe they want a crowd. Maybe we're going to an extra end, because there is a crowd gathering. If we look around us, we can see that there is a large gathering of people sort of gathering around. I've said gathering far too many times. A group of people gathering around the head, around the mat, sitting in the grandstand. There's Neville Gould there just walking past, watching this feature match. We've had one every round, and we will continue to do so until the end. That's what it looks like from Dave's end. That's what it looks like just going towards Dave and Joy having a nosy.
Yes, George is in the going.
I think it's just up and over on the orange.
Up and over on the orange. So if you're tight, you get underneath onto the other blue. I don't think there's any favours.
It's tempting to try and pick that gap on the other hand, but there's danger there. You could accidentally drop a 3.
Or you could push it. Say you've got the negative shot, unfortunately, would be to pump the blue up for 3rd shot, let's say, which is just not good. Yeah,
we can see there the crowd gathering. Ricky Andrew, Mo at the top there, little kid just clapping his hands for his mum in the crowd, or on the mat. He had a little injury yesterday. Did Morris? I think he damaged his pinky or something. We were going to try to get a Mexican wave out of them, but it didn't happen. See some more people there watching. There's some of the Dave's sisters.
There's 4 sisters there of Dave Archer there. In that particular shot, you can see the lady blowing her nose is
Gail Boothby,
which is
obviously emotional.
Kevin's wife. Here we go.
Yeah,
down to it. Keep that angle would be great.
Up and over on the orange now for Dave to avoid an extra end. He's very focused here. He's let it go. As we watch it break into the head, it looks on the high side. He needs it to come down, needs it to break. I'm not sure if it's going to do it. He hasn't managed it, and so we go to an extra end. What an incredible finish to this game. Incredible, and Kevin's going to have a chat
So now, in previous years gone by, Alex, we had the situation where if it was a tied game at the score at the end of the game, the two leads would toss to see who would go first.
Yes.
The rule was changed a number of years ago, so that's just a continuation of the same game. So whoever wins the previous end, they go first.
Yeah, we've had about 5 or 6 years now of
so,
that.
yes.
It was to stop the situation. Part of that rule was it was technically another game, so you could change colour and team positions on that extra end. And when they reviewed the rules or the laws of the game, they decided that wasn't on, so we've changed it now. It's just a continuation.
Well, there's a fair bit of games that would come in with
Yes.
players. It would like for some less experienced players. That would throw them completely if the opposition changed colour, and yeah, just to negate that.
Yeah, so we just have a continuation of the game. So we're 7-all on this extra end. It's been a really good game to watch. It's if anyone there is watching and wondering how do you skip a triples team that's been outplayed, to be fair,
Masterclass.
watch what Kevin Boothby's done. He played probably 4 or 5 really low percentage shots, but they had to be played, and he's done them. The Archers have done nothing wrong. All 3 of them have played really well. Candace and Joy and Dave have played good bowls, and Kevin's just kept this team in with a chance, and they're still alive. They still have an opportunity here.
Yeah, I think Candace will be right around the back. Okay.
Yep, that's cool. He's waiting. So what we see here, we can see the header set so that eventually that orange is going to be reaching through, isn't it?
Yes.
But he's decided to get Candace to go. Dave's asked to get Candace to go past with this one, and that's where. Yeah, good shot there. That's clever.
There's plenty of room on the uphill.
That gives them plenty of room to make their number, and Dave has last bowl as well. So if it's last bowl needs a haymaker, that back orange is going to be a really, really handy bowl to have. Tim being called on his forehand. It's bitterly cold in this arena this morning, Simon.
Are you a little chilly, Alex? You need a beanie.
Bitterly cold. Might get a coffee in between this and the next game. Tim, he's
Always
moved
unlucky.
it. He hasn't moved it. What did he do?
But he's
He
put a
must
bowl
have
at the back,
rocked it.
though. He did. So, say second prize, he gets a bowl behind the head.
Great
Give
effort.
Now, yeah, there you go. Dave's asked him a couple of feet through the head there. Love, get us a result.
Good shot. Good call. And they've set that up at the back as well, so we'll see Joy here arriving on her forehand. Very close here. Very close here. Good shot. Still building that head really nicely. So if they haven't got the shot, they are in a really good position to get it. And it's almost at a stage where Kevin needs to change the head again.
100%.
It doesn't have last bowl.
Yes.
Dave's got last bowl. You can't afford to leave it like that. It's not looking pretty enough.
Yeah, this bowl definitely has to be the moving stomach in the front, just to give him a better option, because at the moment, as you say, Alex is not that good.
Yeah.
They may even have shot, but it's still not that good for them anyway.
Looking at all the shots on, so that blue is touching that orange bowl that we can see at the bottom right of our screen, which means that it's a plant. So he put his foot to see what would happen if he hit that. I don't think you'd achieve much. I think you'd just you might open the head a little bit, but you wouldn't do much there. It's more likely to ask Tim to reach through the oranges. They've got a back bowl there by virtue of Tim's last one.
So that'd be squeezing the oranges.
Yes, and we're going to keep using that. I like that term. Always willing to learn in commentary, Simon.
Absolutely, Alex.
Squeezing the oranges. It's correct.
So he's not. So if you can, as you can see from this shot, it is not a pleasant head at the moment for Blue. He just needs to.
Not a good head for Blue at all. So yeah, you've got 2 options for Tim. You either get Tim to put a position bowl in and back Kevin to move it with one of his 2, or you get Tim to change it now. I'd be very tempted to get Tim to change the head now, to be fair.
Me too. If it was my 2 playing, I'd be wanting them to change something.
Ideally, you're looking for the split between the oranges to pop the jack back to the blue, but anything in that area is magnificent with good weight. Centre of the square weight here.
Yeah, this is the upper weight, so there's plenty of mat.
Should be hard to kill in theory. You would think. Well, we're going to find out. He's let it go through that one. Kevin pointed at that. That's actually quite good. It's changed that, so it might not look like it's changed the head at all, but that orange bowl has now sat down. The split's a bit more open. You could get a better result.
Yeah.
And he's got a back bowl,
And
so
he's got two blues at the back there, which he can utilise.
not what they were hoping for, but it's worked out well enough. Henry Pratt in the background there, runner up in the Masters singles a few days ago. Simon from Gate Park Club in Tauranga. Grew up playing bowls against Henry. got taught a number of lessons.
As we all did.
Yep. The jack still goes past that bowl, Poppy.
So Kevin, he is going to be playing through the split. Not sure which hand, but he's definitely playing through the split.
Either one wants the jack back, and he's been on. I mean, I fully expect him to be extremely close with this. He's been on fire with these low percentage shots. He's had to hit them, and he has, really.
He has. He's hit pretty much. He got unlucky one end, but apart from that, he's pretty much hit most of the aggressive shots he's played.
Dave looking very calm on this extra end.
Calm on the outside. No, he has been a magician this game.
For sure, and that
Dave's
crowd,
family.
that intent crowd there, watching this. Got Jeff Davey up front, paid to my hopes and dreams yesterday, Simon, on an extra end in the triples.
Daggety Hart, Alex.
He played a beautiful bowl on the uphill, on the straight hand, on an extra end with his last one, after missing by some distance with his first.
Back to the commentary. Kevin
I'm
Booth.
going to depress myself.
Kevin Booth.
Kevin on the back
On the
end
back.
here.
He threw the split or just trying to push it. Maybe trying to put the standing up bowl onto the jack, back to these two blues.
Yeah. So we see it. He's very close here.
It's a bit wide.
Very close here.
Get follow through.
Good shot
He
there
has.
from Kevin Boothby. Brilliant bowl. He's just played
Outstanding.
top notch. That is a 4-time national champion there, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see why. But under pressure, I love that steer Kevin gives everything. When he's playing well, he gets that steer going. He sort of has that stand, he just looks at the head.
So on the forehand, still a lot going for Dave Archer here. Even if he's tight on the orange, that should pallet off the one that's touching to get onto the jack or the blue. So everything going for me.
Dave's
Really.
let it go. He's half a chance. He's half a chance. Good shot there from Dave Archer.
Right, he's all but all but's no good.
He's got last bowl. This is a really difficult shot to play for Kev. Do you block it? I mean, what do you do? You've
What
got
do you do
one.
here?
Anything you do at the moment, so at the moment Dave can see half of a blue bowl to remove. If you get close, he can see more than half of a blue bowl.
Yeah.
The jack's not going back, so there's no point putting a back bowl in. I'd block the oranges and make Dave
No,
try and remove
yeah.
the blue.
As you say, there's no good position at all for Kevin. Dave has got everything going from up the front too, or seems to be.
Yeah, so Tim and Kev will be talking through that situation now. And I think he just has to. I think you're blocking the oranges. The other thing Kevin's talking about, he might be talking about trying to pop the jack back to the other blues. I don't think that's on.
No, I don't think. No, that's out of the equation.
Yeah.
So I think you're right, Alex. It's a matter of. Yes, well, he's looking at whether that goes through the gap.
I love the way Kevin looks at a head, Simon.
That's
So Kevin's saying, if I hit this bowl, I remove all of their position. And that would be,
that hand.
God, that would be a good bowl, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
That would kill it,
Yeah,
Kev.
that's no good at all. That one.
But that other split he's pointing at, if he hits that, at least 3 of the oranges go.
Or again, he's saying, or is that my option there? Is that my option there? Where my hand is?
Yeah.
Do I put a bowl there? And then he makes, as you say, make him. What he might have been doing before when he's pointing on the forehand, maybe
Yes.
is saying, what happens if Dave hits that? So if he's saying, well, if Dave hits that, does that go past the
Yeah.
jack?
Yeah.
And he's saying, if that does, then that's great.
Yeah.
So he's saying now, rationing out of his mind, what's the options?
What are the options here? It's brilliant to watch. And that's what we all do when you're talking in a game of bowls. So you have to think about what are the potential.
It's a mini game of chess.
It is. It's a game of chess where the pieces don't always do what you tell them to do.
Definitely not. So it's about, I think they've nutted it out, and I would think that we're trying to get a bowl probably a foot short of that orange.
Yeah.
Or even a bit lower.
Bit shorter. Go for if you draw the tee, that short tee that you see there, 3 or 4 feet up from the orange bowl-ish, you're blocking Dave's easier shot, which is onto the oranges, and forcing them to try and chip the blue. But just let the ball go and hope that it blocks something.
Exactly. Oh, indecision. No, we did it.
Opting for his backhand here. Huge pressure. The whole hall is crowded around. It's 100 people watching. A couple hundred people watching. Kevin's let this ball go. He's decided to block. Good call. It's about where we said, Poppy. Very good shot there. Very good shot. It's just, he's played such good bowls, has Kevin Boothby. Just a clever, clever game.
Yep, Dave's got two options, isn't he, Alex?
Yep. He's looking for the oranges or for the blue.
He can play, actually, he can probably play on his back end, the orange onto the jack or the blue as an option as well. But it's just a matter of what he sees as the left-hander. Because they use a different side of their brain, don't they, Alex?
Yes, they do, apparently.
Yes.
So, well, yeah, I don't know.
Not about.
I'm just sitting back waiting to see what he does,
Indeed.
Simon.
We are.
And while we do wait, remember that there is another game on almost immediately after this, and it will be almost immediately because this has gone to an extra end, so everyone's ready to get into their bowls. It'll be a Masters Triples quarterfinal. I'm not sure who it'll be yet, Simon. That is decided by the New Zealand Bowls executive spreadsheet people. So we'll see who it is, but don't go too far, don't venture too far from your computer or your television screen or your phone, because we'll be back very shortly with another game of bowls to watch.
Here we go. This is it. Dave Archer on his forehand.
Forehand, using the square, trying to get around Kevin's short one. To keep the hopes alive, he needs it to break. He's very close here. He's close here. He's close. What a shot! What a bowl there by Dave Archer. Scoring 5, not that it matters, he scored on that extra end, and a brilliant game of bowls there as we saw the magician Kevin Boothby keep his team in it right up until that last bowl of Dave, and a classy bowl under pressure for Dave Archer as they march on to the quarterfinals. Thanks for joining us, thanks for joining me in commentary as well, Simon.
Always a pleasure, Alex.
But until next time, which will be in about 10 minutes time, we'll see you later.
Today we're making new friends. We're building a community, and we're still doing all the things we love. We're getting the most out of every day. One day we'll rest, but not today.